What do you want most? Is it a better job? Is it better health? Is it a stronger marriage? Is it financial freedom? Is it more friends at school, a relationship? Or do you just want the presence of God? Do you want Jesus the most? I'll give you this story about this. A wealthy dad and son lived in a very large mansion. This dad had a lot of money, a lot of room, and so he filled his house full of paintings, Picassos, Rembrandts, Monets, really world-renowned. And son, young, grew up, and war started. The story goes it's somewhere probably around World War II. And like many others, he felt called to go, and so he did. He said, "Dad, I'll see you when I get back." And as you can imagine, war happens. And this young man and a friend found themselves in a hole with the enemy quickly approaching. And they weren't sure if they'd make it. Well, along the way, his friend had drawn a portrait of him. Wasn't very good. Just wasting time out in the field. And this young man, the father's son, looked at him and said, "Hey, if I don't make it out of this, would you do me a favor? Would you bring that to my dad? I think he'd like to have that." His friend, of course, kind of blows it off. "Of course, man, of course." The war surged, and the father's son didn't make it. Weeks go by, months. Of course, the father is in mourning, shattered over the loss of his son, when he hears a knock at the door. The butler in this large mansion opens the door. "Sir, can I help you?" He says, "Yeah, I'm here to deliver something to my friend's dad," and explains the situation. The dad comes to the door. The man unfolds this haphazard, not great drawing of his son, and he said, "I promised your son I would give this to you if he didn't make it, and I just want to be a man of my word, so here it is." And the father was blown away because it was the last picture of his son. He took it. They spent some time together, enjoyed their time. The young soldier left. The father hung it, had it frame matted, hung in his art collection for years as his prized piece, his son. The father, some years later, died, and word got out that an estate sale would happen, and this massive art collection would be up for auction. And so people came from all over. They were excited to see, not only see, but have a chance to buy these pieces of art. The auctioneer stood up and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, we're about to start, but before we start, the father, this man, had one request, and that we would sell this portrait of his son before we move forward." The people in the room scoffed. "We don't want that. It's not why we're here. We're here for these paintings and this art and this." He said, "I get it, but we have to do it before we can move forward, and so I'll start the bidding at $100. Nobody wanted it. I said, "Guys, we got to do this. $90. Grumbles, frustration in the crowd. $50, guys, come on. We don't want that. $20. It was awkward. And a voice from the back spoke up and said, it was the butler. He said, I don't have a lot of money. I got $5 or $10, but I'll buy that picture." I knew that man, and I knew the son, and I know the father. And he mattered a lot. I'll buy that. And people kind of like, finally, get it off the block. Well, going once, going twice, sold. And the auctioneer says, "That closes the auction." People go up and all, what in the world? And here's what he said. The father left a note for me to tell you that whoever got the son gets everything. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the gospel this morning. Amen.